So, welcome to day 4 of our Yoga March Madness, and today we are going to focus on our heart, really finding some self-compassion towards our practice and our bodies, along with just really opening up the chest, finding lift and expansiveness through the front part of our upper body. So let's come onto our mat in a comfortable seated position, whether that's on the floor, propped up on a pillow or a block, or sitting in a chair. So just come in here. I want you to put your left hand on your heart and your right hand just on your belly. Close your eyes. And as you take a deep inhale, just feel the breath surround and expand the space around your heart. And as you exhale, compassionately let the breath go. Inhale. Exhale. Now begin to visualize the color of green surrounding the space of your heart as you inhale. So as you inhale, green spreads and fills your heart center. And as you exhale, you let that green color, the green vision, just soften into the air. Just a few more deep breaths, feeling what it feels like to breathe, feeling what it feels like to touch yourself in a soft and compassionate way. Allowing anything that happened earlier in the day or the day before, just letting that go and bringing some compassion onto yourself. One more deep inhale. And fully exhale. Gently open up the eyes. With an inhale, big sweep wide and up over the head. As the fingers come together, look at your thumbs. As you exhale, come back down. A few more times here. Inhale, sweep wide and sweep up. Start to gaze at the ceiling as the hands come up. Exhale down. Go 3 more times. Inhale, lift up, look up. Exhale, release. Inhale. Exhale. Last one, inhale, reach up. Then as you exhale, the hands are going to come behind your back. Bend through the elbows. Lace your hands behind you. And then before we do anything else, pull the front of your shoulders, this part right here. Take them back in space. You're going to feel a nice gentle stretch through your chest. If this is a good enough stretch, definitely stay here. If you feel like you can extend through your elbows and straighten out the arms, go ahead and do so. But again, this is about compassion, so don't move past any sensation that's more than therapeutic. Okay? So wherever your arms are, slight engagement of the lower belly, but now begin to lift your lower ribs up. Your breastbone starts to shift up towards the ceiling, and again, shift your gaze up, gently leaning the head back. And a few breaths here. And as you're leaning back, remember to keep the lift up through the body so you're not collapsing into the small of the back. So as you're lifting your lower ribs, you're also lifting your back ribs up towards the ceiling. Next, inhale, release your hands, sweep wide, sweep up. Exhale, sweep down. All right, let's come onto our hands and knees. A few rounds of cat-cow here. So as you inhale, drop the belly. Really pull the chest forward and then look up. As you exhale, rounding the spine, dropping the head. Inhale into cow pose, belly drops, chest forward and up. Exhale, round the spine. One more. Inhale. And exhale. Inhaling into a neutral spine. We're just going to curl our left toes under, slide those toes back. Press them down into your mat and then shift your weight back so we kind of just come into a gentle calf stretch here. It's going to wake up the back of our legs here for a moment before we get into down dog. And switch sides. Second side, curl the toes under, slide the foot back, anchor the foot into the mat, and then press your weight back to stretch out your calf muscle. Continuing our deep breaths. Right, bring the leg back. Now curl both toes under. Walk your hands about 4 or 6 inches forward. And then lift up into down dog, hips up and back. Again, you can pedal out the legs here. Gentle waking of the back of the body here. And now as we settle our legs, keep a soft bend in the knees and bring your attention onto your hands. Look forward at your hands and bring your shoulders halfway forward to plank. So you're not going all the way into the plank, you're kind of in between down dog and plank here. Press down into your hands. Press firmer and feel your shoulder blades spread further away from each other. Keep that upper back space. And now take your shoulders back to where they came from, back into down dog. Deeply inhale. Fully exhale. Now inhale all the way forward to plank. Exhale back to down dog. Find that broadness of the back body. Inhale forward to plank. Exhale down dog. One more time. Inhale forward plank. This time exhale all the way to the belly. You can come through your knees if you need to. Slide your hands forward, coming up into Sphinx pose. And this is just a great way to really focus on the upper body here. So the tops of our feet, our thigh bones, our pelvis are all firmly rooted onto our mat. To really feel the expansiveness of this pose, I want you to press your forearms into the floor. And now isometrically take your elbows back into your body. They're not going to move much. It's more of an energetic feeling. But you'll feel your upper back engage, which will take your heart center forward. Your gaze is just a few feet out in front of you, not straight forward. Feel as if you're reaching out and up through the crown of your head, and that your breastbone is moving forward, then up. One more inhale. As you exhale, lower down, hands come underneath the shoulders. Press into the hands, inhale, cobra pose. Again, it can just be a mini pose, elbows are bent, wherever you are, whatever version of cobra pose you're in. I want bent elbows, hug them to the sides of your rib cage. One more inhale. Exhale, lower down. One more time, lift up into cobra pose. Elbows are bent and hugged in, but now just like Sphinx pose, take your hands and drag them back towards your hips. Pull your chest forward. Reach up through the crown of your head. Exhale, lower down. Deep inhale here. And then exhale, back to down dog. Full inhale. as you exhale, step your feet to your hands. Forward fold. Again, knees are nice and soft. Chest is on your thighs, head is heavy. As you inhale, press your fingers into your shins, stretch your chest up and away. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep wide, sweep up. Fingers touch, look up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, sweep wide, sweep up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chest lifts up and away. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep wide, sweep up. Look up. Exhale, hands to heart. One more time here. Inhale, sweep wide, sweep up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift halfway, chest up and away. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Look up as your fingers touch. Exhale, hands to heart. We'll add in some lunges here. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chest up and away. Exhale, hands bring your feet, right foot to the back of the mat, lower the knee. Inhale your hands onto your front thigh. Uncurl your back toes. Your back leg, press it firmly into the mat. Lift your frontal hip points. And then reach your arms up overhead. Look up in between the hands. Lower belly is engaged, but the lower ribs are lifting. Try to find that same upper back engagement that we just worked through in Sphinx and Cobra pose. So the back body is working. The back body is bringing an arc into your upper back. One more inhale. Exhale, hands touch down, down, down. Inhale, forward plank. Exhale all the way to your belly. Inhale, chest lifts, Cobra pose. Again, drag the hands back to pull the chest forward. Exhale, down, down. Deeply inhale. Exhale, right foot forward. Left knee down, uncurl the toes. Shin presses through the floor as you take your hands onto your front thigh. Hip points are lifting. Now stretch up through the fingertips. Look up. Low ribs are lifting. Chest is exposed and broad. And your upper back is the key to bring some extension into your spine. One more inhale. Exhale, hands touch down. Step into a forward fold. Inhale, chest lifts halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Sweep wide, sweep up. Look up. Exhale, hands to heart. Arms to your side. Inhale, sweep wide, sweep up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chest lifts halfway. Exhale, frame your feet, left foot back. Left knee stays lifted up off the ground this time. Inhale, arms sweep up overhead. Same actions though, but now it's just the toes that are on the ground. Press the toes down, drag your toes forward, lift your hip points. Take your arms, sweep them behind the back. Lace your fingers. Front and shoulders back, straighten through the elbows if that's comfortable, if that's therapeutic for you. Engage the lower belly, lift the lower ribs, look up. Try to reach your knuckles towards your back knee. Inhale, release, arms up. Exhale, touch down. Step back, down dog. Inhale, forward to plank. Exhale, belly. Inhale, cobra. Press into your hands, lift the chest. Exhale, down dog. Deeply inhale. Exhale, right foot between the hands. Inhale, arms overhead. Back foot down and drag it forward. Exhale, lace the hands together. Lift the hip points, engage the belly, lift the chest, look up. Breathe. Allow your chest to feel open and expansive. It might feel a little vulnerable. So often we're rounding forward and closing this energy center off, that to open it up can be a little, it can bring up some emotions, and that's okay. Inhale, arms lift up. Exhale, touch down, step forward. Inhale, chest up and away. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep wide and sweep up. Exhale, hands to heart. I'm going to turn this way. Toes are going to come together, heels slightly apart. As you bend your knees, bring your weight into your heels. And just coming into our chair pose. So think inner thighs down. Top of your glute muscles, just lengthen them down towards the floor. Hands onto your heart first. Anchor your thumbs onto your breastbone. Then lift your breastbone up into your thumbs. Keep your legs engaged, keep your pelvis engaged. Lift the chest. And use that feedback of your thumbs onto your breastbone to feel your breath enter and leave your heart center. Close your eyes. Bring back that visualization of the green color expanding into your heart center with each inhale. And as you exhale, you're allowing that loving energy to expand into the rest of the world. Deeply inhale. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift your chest halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep wide, sweep up. Exhale, hands to heart. We're going to step our feet wide. Our right toes are going to turn towards the short edge of the mat. Just a slight shift of the heel so the heel is just wider than your pinky toe. Hands on the hips to start with. Kind of swivel your hips down and back. And then as the last time, make sure this front hip point is lifting up so the hip points are level. Hips are facing the long edge of the mat. Take your left hand onto your heart. Stretch your left arm forward, or your right arm forward. Keep facing the long edge of the mat. Start to kick out your back hip as you reach forward. And then take your hand down either onto your thigh, onto a shin. If you have a yoga block, you can press that hand into a yoga block. If you're open enough and want to come all the way to the floor, definitely go and do that. But your key here, again, just like everything else, we're lifting our lower belly up, so lower belly is engaged. But now rotate your heart center up towards the ceiling. Press your breastbone up into your left hand. Gaze up. And just allow a sense of self-compassion. That everything will be okay. That you are enough. Let all of that soak into your soul. Breathe. And believe those words you're telling yourself right now. Everything will be okay. I am enough. Just feel the positive energy run through your limbs, your torso. And as you inhale, soften into your front knee. Lift up, arms up overhead, legs straight, toes forward. And then we'll start into the left side. So turn your left toes forward. Kind of push that back heel back. And do that hip swivel. Just a nice way to kind of open up the hips a little bit. And now to end, we're going to keep that left hip point lifted so we are level here in the pelvis. We're going to keep our chest, our hips facing the long edge of the mat. This time the right hand comes onto our chest. Reach out with the left. And then as you start to kick your back hip back, you're going to reach forward with your hands, get nice length through your left side body. And then just place your hand down, thigh, shin, pressing down into a block or onto the floor. But don't let this top shoulder curl forward. This is how we are every single day of our lives. Pull that front shoulder back, rotate through your rib cage, and then lift your breastbone up into your hand, gaze up towards the ceiling. Stay engaged through your core, and just return to that self-compassion. And take a moment to feel what it is you need today to take care of yourself. What do you need to do? What do you need to remind yourself to really remain compassionate? Three more breaths. Explore the thoughts. Explore what you're feeling. And find out what it is you need today. Just today. Not yesterday, not tomorrow. Right here, right now. Inhale, soften into your front knee. Reach all the way up, toes forward, arms up overhead. As you exhale, we're going to fold straight forward, inner thighs back. Heels, again, both heels slightly wider than the pinky toes. Soften through the knees if you need to. And just allow yourself to be still. If you need to bring a little sway into the legs, if that feels good, definitely do that. Now everybody just come into a stillness. Feel the rush of the blood coming down into the crown of your head. A gentle inversion here. And inhale, press your fingertips into the ground, reach your chest forward. Bring your hands onto your hips as you exhale. And inhale, rise up. Step your feet together. Come back to the top of your mat. Inhale, sweep wide, sweep up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chest lift, so up and away. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, down dog. With this down dog, I want your hands, make sure your hands are outer shoulder width distance. Feet are outer hip distance. And again, look between the thumbs, shift part way forward to plank. Press the floor away, feel that broadness in your back body. And now move back into down dog. Begin to soften the space in between your shoulder blades and see if you can't reach your head a little bit further towards your mat. Your chest a little bit closer towards your thighs. And just get a mini little back bend happening here in down dog. If this doesn't feel good in your shoulders, just come into a normal down dog. That's okay. Again, all these movements should be feeling a sense of therapeutic energy. No pain, no forcing. Just allow it to be therapeutic for you. Then inhale all the way forward into plank. Exhale onto your knees and sit back onto your heels. If you need something to prop yourself up with, definitely do so. or come into a cross-legged seated position, but we will come up to kneeling here in just a moment. Just taking a few moments to notice any difference that we feel in our body now, any difference we feel in our mind than when we started class. Right now we're going to rise up into a kneeling position. We're going to take our hands to the small of our back, fingers pointing down. Our hips are going to stay over our knees, so we really have to work on keeping our hip points lifted. So you'll feel a part of your glute muscles engage by lifting the small of your belly. Don't let your elbows stay wide. Really hug them in towards each other, kind of like the feeling of when we clasp our hands. So really squeeze the elbows towards each other, lift the lower belly, begin to lift the ribs, breastbone starts to tilt up towards the ceiling. Keep pressing your hips forward, allow the shoulders to drop back. But remember, keep space in the small of the back. So as you're lifting the small of your ribs up, think about lifting the back side, the back of your ribs, up towards the ceiling as well. Glutes are anchoring down towards the floor. And dropping your head back. Inhale to come up. Exhale to sit back. Again, either on your heels, propped up on something, or you can come back into a cross-legged seated position. But we will do this, we will do camel pose one more time. This last time it'll be a little bit more of an active one, but I think it'll be a really nice way to move into the ending of class. So let's come up onto our knees. Left hand on your heart, right hand on top of your left hand. Lift the lower belly. Lift the lower ribs. Start to lean back. And as you lean back, we're not going to be able to go as far as we did here with our hands down. And that's okay. But what I want you to do is think about lifting your heart center up into your hands. Keep finding lift and lift, finding that inner strength to keep your hips forward. And know that you are the best version of yourself when you are compassionate towards yourself. Let the head drop back if that feels good on your neck. Keep lifting your heart into your hands. Cradle that heart. Tell that heart it's okay. And slowly start to come up. And sit back on your heels. I'm going to turn back this way. I'm going to sweep my feet over to my left, sitting on my right hip. My left hand's going to come to my right knee, and it's just a gentle twist. The left hip can lift up off the ground if that gets the twist to feel good. Or the different version is to sink that left hip towards the floor. Same twist, just depending on what feels good in your body this morning. And then we'll walk our hands through tabletop, flipping our feet, twisting to the second side. Right hand, left knee, left hand supports, and then just finding a nice twist. Right hip lifting and moving with the twist, or you can anchor it a little bit, whichever version feels best in your body. Back to center, both legs straight. Just wiggle side to side, pulling the tissue out from underneath you. Toes flexing up towards the ceiling. lift up through your chest, and then begin to reach forward into a forward fold. Doesn't matter how far you go, just bringing a sense of softness, of acceptance, just giving. So often we give externally towards others. Use this to give back to you. Give back to yourself. Start to walk your hands back, lifting the chest. Again, finding a comfortable seated position. We'll finish class in a seated meditation. So if you want to grab a chair, prop yourself up, cross-legged, hero's pose, whatever's most comfortable. Once you're there, again, lifting up through the breastbone. The arms, the hands come onto your thighs, palms up, thumb and forefinger together. Returning to that visualization and breath work we started class with. Allowing the color of green to envelop not just your heart center now, but your entire body. Each inhale, green floods each nook and cranny of your being. And then imagine that with each exhale, this loving energy, this loving color, you're allowing it to enter into the world towards other people, helping other people find the compassion that they need. Stay longer in this meditation, please do so. If not, let's all bring our hands to our heart center. Gently bow the head. Closing class with the sound of Om to recognize our connection to the entire universe, the beauty of nature, and everyone on earth. Take a full exhale. Deep inhale for Om. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. May the universe be filled with peace and joy, love and light. From the bottom of my heart, thank you for joining me in class today. More importantly, thank yourself for showing up and working hard. Have a great day. I'll see you tomorrow. Namaste.